Sontag on style. To speak of style is one way of speaking about the totality of a work of art. Like all discourse about totalities, talk of style must rely on metaphors, and metaphors mislead. Take, for instance, Whitman's very material metaphor. By likening style to a curtain, he has, of course, confused style with decoration, and for this would be speedily faulted by most critics. To conceive of style as a decorative encumbrance of the matter of the work suggests that the curtain could be parted and the matter revealed, or, to vary the metaphor slightly, that the curtain could be rendered transparent. But this is not the only erroneous implication of the metaphor. What the metaphor also suggests is that style is a matter of more or less quantity, thick or thin, density, and, though less obviously so, this is just so wrong as the fancy that an artist possesses the genuine option to have or not to have a style. Style is not quantitative, any more than it is superadded. A more complex stylistic convention, say one taking prose further away from the diction and cadences of ordinary speech, does not mean that the work has more style. Indeed, practically all metaphors for style amount to placing matter on the inside, style on the outside. It would be more to the point to reverse the metaphor. The matter, the subject, is on the outside, the style is on the inside. As Cocteau writes, the curative style has never existed. Style is the soul, and unfortunately, with us the soul assumes the form of the body. Even if one were to define style as a matter of our appearing, this by no means necessarily entails an opposition between a style that one assumes and one's true being. In fact, such a disjunction is extremely rare. In almost every case, our manner of appearing in our manner of being. Sorry, in almost every case, our manner of appearing is our manner of being. The mask is the face. I should make clear, however, that what I have been saying about dangerous metaphors doesn't rule out the use of limited and concrete metaphors to describe the impact of a particular style. It seems harmless to speak of a style, drawing from the crude terminology used to render physical sensation as being loud or heavy or dull or tasteless, or employing the image of an argument as inconsistent. The antipathy to style is always an antipathy to a given style. There are no styleless works of art, only works of art belonging to different, more of or less complex stylistic traditions and conventions. This means that the notion of style, generically considered, has a specific historical meaning. It is not only that styles belong to a time and a place, and that our perception of the style of a given work of art is always charged with an awareness of the work's historicity, its place in a chronology. Further, the visibility of styles is itself a product of historical consciousness. Were it not for departures from or experimentation with previous artistic norms which are known to us, we could never recognize the profile of a new style. Still further, the very notion of style needs to be approached historically. Awareness of style as a problematic and isolable element in a work of art has emerged in the audience for art only at certain historical moments, as a front behind which other issues, ultimately ethical and political, are being debated. The notion of having a style is one of the solutions that has arisen intermittently since the Renaissance to the crises that have threatened all ideas of truth, of moral rectitude, and also of naturalness. But suppose all this is admitted, that all representation is incarnated in a given style. Easy to say. That there is, therefore, strictly speaking, not such thing as realism, except as itself a special stylistic convention, a little harder. Still, there are styles and styles. Everyone is acquainted with movements in art. Two examples. Mannerist painting of the late 16th century and early 17th centuries. Art Nouveau in painting, architecture, furniture, and domestic objects, which do more than simply have a style. Artists such as Parmigiano, Pontormo, Rosso, Bronzino, such as Gaudí, Guimard, Beardsley, and Tiffany, in some obvious way cultivate style. They seem to be preoccupied with stylistic questions and indeed to place the accent less on what they are saying than on the manner of saying it. To deal with art of this type, which seems to demand the distinction that I have been arguing be abandoned, a term such as stylization or its equivalent is needed. Stylization is what is present in a work of art precisely when an artist don't make the by no means inevitable distinction between matter and manner, theme and form. When that happens, when style and subject are so distinguished, that is, played off against each other, one can legitimately speak of subjects being treated or mistreated in a certain style. Creative mistreatment is more the rule, for when the material of art is conceived of as subject matter, it is also experienced as capable of being exhausted. And as subjects are understood to be fairly far along in this process of exhaustion, they become available to further and further stylization. To be continued.